Welcome to day 8 of my Chicago Golf's Indoor Golf Challenge. Thank you again for joining me. Over the first 7 days, we've talked about the golf swing. So we went into details about establishing a foundation with our grip and our posture and our balance and alignment. Then I gave you some checkpoints along the way for the backswing and transition, impact, and the follow through. Today I want to talk about the glue of the golf swing. The glue of the golf swing would be tempo and timing. So a player could have good fundamentals, but if their tempo varies, if they start to get quick or they go excessively slow, you could have great technique, but if that tempo is off, you're going to be having consistent results out there on the golf course. And then I want to talk about timing. Timing has to deal with the sequence of our arms and club relative to our body. So I'm going to show you some slow motion videos of tour players, and we'll look at their timing. And then I want to give you some drills that will help you with your tempo and timing. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's talk about tempo and timing in your golf swing. We're first going to focus on tempo. Tempo has to deal with the amount of time it takes for you to make your backswing versus your downswing. There is a great brand out there, a good company called Tour Tempo, and what they do, they provide training aids that you could download to help you with your tempo, and they've conducted a study and they've shown that all the best players in the world have a 3-to-1 ratio. So the length of their backswing in time takes 3 times as long as it does to go from the top to impact. So it's a 3-to-1 ratio. So I'm going to show you some ways that we could practice it, and I also want to show you things that kill our tempo. So good tempo, it starts by first walking into the shot with rhythm. We're going to go back to that day 1. We're going to aim that club first, left foot, right foot. You're going to have a little bit of a waggle, and then we can make our swing. So when a player has good tempo, it's going to look like this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And when I make these swings, I'm able to finish balanced, I'm able to have rhythm, and I want to have this same tempo whether I'm swinging a pitching wedge, like the one that I'm holding in my hand right now, or if I have a 4-iron in my hands. What I tend to see, there's a couple faults that I see. One would be freezing over the golf ball. So I'll see a golfer walk into the shot, and then they're just staring at that golf ball. And as they're staring, you could start to sense that they're starting to fill with tension. And so you could tell that they have thoughts in their head, and they're thinking, and they're staring, and the tension is starting to rise. So one of the faults is staring at the ball and having your tension levels rise. Whenever we get tense, then we start to get really quick, usually in the takeaway, or we start to come down before we finished our backswing. So instead of having a tempo like this, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, we'll see something more like this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And so that's very, very common right there. So we're going to make sure that we don't stare at the golf ball. The other thing that we want to do, we want to make sure once we're in our shot that we finish our backswing. So just like I was saying, where sometimes if a player gets quick, they start making their downswing before they finished the backswing. So something that's really helpful if you don't feel like you're finishing your backswing, go ahead and get into your setup, go up to the top of your swing and pause. All right, and when you do this, I want you to take your trail hand and touch your outer knee, my left hand on my right knee. And this is me finishing my turn. My shoulder is under my chin. So it'll look like this. Club, 1, 2, 3. So then that would be good timing right there. The second piece would be sequencing, timing and sequencing. So sequencing would have to deal with how our golf club and our arms are moving relative to our body. Ideally, we want things moving together in the first part of the swing, and they're moving together throughout the backswing and stopping together at the top. And then we could change directions. When we have poor timing, usually or sequencing I should say, usually the club is moving independently of the body, then the body turns, now the club is behind me. I make my swing and the golf club is behind my body. My body comes through first and then the club. And this is usually what we'll see with players that slice the ball or kind of keep it off to the right. The opposite would be making the body passive, and then all of a sudden the club is coming down and the body isn't opening, and then these players tend to hit it left. So we want to have good sequencing where club, arms, and shoulders are going back together. So going back together, they're going to stop together, a little pause, and then we can change directions, and then we can put it into our routine. Club, left foot, right foot. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. So let me show you the tempo and timing of some of these different tour players, and then I'll give you some drills you can do at home. Let's have a look at some tour players, and let's look at the tempo that they are swinging. So what I've done here, I've picked some random swings and just synced them up, and we could see what their tempo looks like. So we got Rory and Brandt Snedeker. Rory obviously hits it a long way. Brandt's probably middle of the pack in distance, very similar tempos. Here we got Ricky Fowler and Adam Scott in driver, same tempo. Got Adam Scott and Tiger. Every golfer has their own unique style. Every golfer has kind of their own idiosyncrasies in their swing, but like the good ball strikers, you're going to see some commonalities with how they stand to a ball, what their grips look like, their positions at the top, and tempo. And then this next one's actually my favorite. We got Jim Furyk and Dustin Johnson. Two unique golf swings. One of the longest players on tour, one of the shortest. Similar tempos. All right, guys, so I want to show you how to practice this at home so you could have a similar tempo to these great players. All right, so we just watched the tour players and we saw how similar their tempos were. I want to share with you an app. It's called Tour Tempo, and then what it does, it provides tones for you to swing to. So as I press this, you can hear those beats. 1, 2, 3. I want to demonstrate how to use this app. I'm going to swing about 5 times with it. So that way you could start to pick up on it. And then these first few we'll do without a golf ball. So I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay. So we will set the club down on 1. 1. The left foot will be on 2, the right foot will be 3. So it'll look like this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It might feel really fast for some of you golfers that are used to going slow in the backswing, but that's okay. I'm gonna do a couple more for you. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. The second set of 1, 2, 3, I want you to move your feet, do a waggle, find something to settle yourself. I'm gonna do one more. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So if it feels fast, it probably just means that you're swinging a little bit too slow right now. I know there's times when golfers are thinking about their golf swing, you know, because I've given you some checkpoints with what we're going for, but we have to incorporate that checkpoint into good rhythm. So when we play out there on the golf course, we're going to use our eyes and our feel and our instincts, and then we'll go through our setup, and then we have to pull the trigger. We're not going to be thinking about our golf swing as we're over the ball. There's just not enough time to do that. So highly recommend downloading the app, Tour Tempo. When you're at home practicing, practice walking into the golf ball, doing the waggle, getting yourself set, and then you could either count in your head or out loud, 1, 2, 3. So give this a try, and I hope it helps you with your ball striking.